Do you feel like you can solo on electric well, but struggle on acoustic? Well, Jerry Garcia was amazing at both, so I'm going to reveal the secrets behind his acoustic sound and show you practical ways to apply his approach to your own guitar playing. By the end, you'll see how making small changes to how you view the acoustic will make a big difference, so yours won't end up collecting dust and you can focus on finding your own unique voice on acoustic. Before we get into it, we need to realize that most people think of Jerry as just an electric player. But his first stringed instrument was actually banjo, so his roots were with acoustic music. He loved bluegrass and dreamed of one day playing in Bill Monroe's band. But sadly, nerves stopped him from auditioning, which in the end is a good thing because that led him to eventually playing guitar. While he ended up focusing on electric, he still played acoustic quite a bit, and especially with bands outside of the Grateful Dead. Jerry didn't view the acoustic as he did the electric.
For me, they're very different, you know.
Yeah.
It's like they're very different instruments.
Does your way of visualizing the fingerboard or your approach change?
Yeah, very much so. For me, electric guitar, I have a holistic approach to the fingerboard. An acoustic guitar, I have a preference for the first position and the open sounds, you know, an open quality. I don't use a capo on acoustic guitar, but I would, you know.
It's kind of funny that he liked the idea of a capo but didn't actually use one. You know, I can relate though, because when I first started playing acoustic, I thought it was like cheating to use a capo and just keep using the same open chords. I liked the challenge of learning bar chords, but I was completely ignoring the obvious difference in sound a closed note has versus an open note, and especially chords. You can use some great techniques while playing closed, but now I love using a capo because it brings out the best tone of an acoustic. Let's hear Jerry play one of his classic melodies in the open position. But even though he liked to focus on open strings, he didn't always do that and sometimes just liked to play in one position up high. We're getting a taste of some of Jerry's tactics, but imagine peeling back even more layers of his style. What if you could not just learn, but have an opportunity to apply it with a backing track too? So you can be more confident playing with other musicians, because that's where the real magic happens. I've put together something I call the Jerry Garcia 5-Day Challenge. It's not just about learning, it's about transforming your playing. You'll start to infuse your solos with that unique Garcia touch, making them more alive and expressive, but with a focus on developing your own unique sound. So I put a link in the description down below if you want to know more about it. Now, Jerry loved playing with other musicians, and acoustic music was a way of expanding a little more outside of the Grateful Dead orbit.
Do you know what you're doing in musical terms or theoretical terms?
Yeah. I mean, I could not. I mean, there was a time when I could get by with not knowing, you know, but not anymore. Not with just the caliber of musicians I play with. And besides, for me, it isn't satisfying to not know. You know, it's not satisfying to bluff. I like to know because, for one thing, it makes it a lot easier to communicate what you're doing.
Knowing theory helped him when playing with skilled musicians, which gave him a flexibility and adaptability in different musical settings. Despite knowing lots of theory though, he would often prefer to limit himself. Even though that may seem like the opposite of what he was all about, it's like having a frame and experimenting within it, you know? And the nature of acoustic is a great way to do so. Usually on this tune, he played electric and might have used effects to take it kind of out there, you know? But he chose not to use effects with acoustic. And another way he used a limitation was when he would focus on one position, just like with the example earlier. Jerry believed that a musician's style is shaped by their limitations. And while it's nice to romanticize the idea of being like completely free in how we play, we all have certain limitations, and working within them can actually end up giving us more freedom. So we want to embrace that and work within our own constraints, and acoustic is a great instrument to do that on. The key is to experiment, be continuously learning, and express yourself on your acoustic guitar journey. And learning from Jerry Garcia can be extremely powerful, but there are other things you can do to improve your soloing on acoustic even more. So check out this video here where I show you what they are and how you can use them to improve your own acoustic playing.